So it looks like we're about to get our MetroLink. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Fine Gael, absolute heroes of modern Ireland. I'm in my office, by the way, hence all the wine and stuff behind me. Fine Gael come out with a huge announcement. And guess what we're about to do? MetroLink, it's on the way, and we're all supposed to go, oh, fucking amazing. This is great. We've forgotten about all the other shit you've messed up with. We've forgotten about all the hashtags that we've had trending every single day, but just miraculously don't trend. But did you guys not come out with this shit back in 2005 when you were calling it Metro North, I think is what it was called? So you basically just rebranded it and come out, we're so proud today to announce the fact we're going to make MetroLink. All I hope is that fucking shower, BAM, aren't building it, because if they are, we can expect to see this when our great-great-grandkids are born in about 50 to 60 years. And however much they say this is going to cost, I can bet your ass it'll be not double, not triple, but more than likely quadruple. And wait till the tree huggers find the little fucking slug that we can't get rid of, or it's an endangered species, and we'll hold up the whole process by a year or two. Like, it's just, you can't write this shit up. Over in the UK, we just had a major politician in England resign for wrongdoings that she was doing with tax affairs, shall we say. Like, could you imagine an Irish politician stepping down and resigning for wrongdoings, for, making an absolute bollocks of their job? Unheard of. But let's look at it this way, right? Fine Gael are delighted. They're still trying to distract, and we all know why, because the two hashtags that are still tweeted, by the way, I would say close to 100 times a day, but aren't getting on the trending list, Justice for Harvey and Resign Harris, they're still trying to deflect from all that shite. Now, they're going to have a presidential election coming up fairly soon. They're going to have their candidate that they're all going to get behind and try and promote, but it's still not enough, because I've never seen, I said this before in a video, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, I have never in my life seen so much disdain from the Irish public to, it's almost every politician in government now at the moment, but particularly with Fine Gael, that no matter what they say, it's Justice for Harvey, Resign Harris, all these kind of things, putting down blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. And add into that the fact that they're now saying that, we're going to take our flag back off the Irish people, because they think we're far right if we put up our Irish flag at the moment. I've never heard such bullshit. The anger is palpable throughout this country right now at the moment. Everyone is so fucking pissed off that it is literally going to take one little switch and it's going to be absolute carnage. And God forbid if that happens. But I can tell you one thing, when they try and put the blame on you and they try and put the blame on me and blah, 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 nobody will point the finger at the real people as to who's to blame, which is the government. They have treated the people of Ireland like second-class citizens, like utter scum, like absolute shite for the last 5 years. And they think they can get away with it. They think they're right. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, we're the fucking problem. At no stage do they turn around and go, hi, do you know what? Maybe we should actually fucking start taking care of our own. Or, do you know what? Maybe even start putting them first. But no. We're going to meet the Indian community. And by the way, I think the Indian community are fantastic. They're all here working. They're out socializing. They're spending money. I have no issues with the Indian. But it's what I'm saying is you got to be like for like. So when we meet the Indian community, because they're feeling a little bit intimidated, which seems to have all completely died down. It was a couple of days in the media. Well, why didn't we meet the Irish community when the Indian councillor said we should be taken outside and shot in the head? Because God forbid, I felt awfully, terribly unsafe in my own country. Maybe we should have a little meeting with the Irish guys to say, how are we going to... So it's like for that. It's like when the Taoiseach turns around and says, you cannot describe the Irishness of a person based on the colour of their skin. That also applies to the white Irish people. The ones that kind of been here. I know we're all, mongrels, and none of us, there's no such thing as an indigenous Irish person, but do we not count for shit in our own country anymore? What are we at? It makes you think. The fact that the pressure that came on to Simon Harris over the whole scoliosis scandal and that poor child Harvey that passed away, that how he's still there, and not only is he still there, double down to the point where it's just, well, we just don't talk about that. And I know I said I'd meet the parents, and I know I said I'd meet the parents before, and I didn't. And I know I said I'd meet the parents after the poor child passed away and still haven't. Kind of makes you think, is there somebody behind the scenes going, no, that's the guy we want? Because you can't tell me I look, call me naive, call me stupid. I genuinely think there are good politicians out there. I really do. I have to think that because I just want the country to be run right. But if somebody is paying the bills and they say that's the man we want there because this is what we want said, look at what's being said at the moment. It's all anti-Trump. It's all anti-America. We're losing ties, long-standing ties and relationships that we've had with countries throughout the history of time. And we are fucking them all up with what our government are coming out and saying right now at the moment. Trying to make new friends and forgetting about the ones and the allies that we've always had. It just doesn't make sense. Unless there are powers that be above our government that are saying, we're paying the bills for all you fuckers. That's the guy we want in there. And that's what we want you to say. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but it's about the only thing. I consider myself a lot of things. I don't think I'm that stupid. I'm not the smartest fish in the sea, but obviously, but I don't think I'm that stupid. But it just seems like the powers that be are paying our powers that be. And this is the message we want you to say. Otherwise, we pull the plug on the funding and all you fuckers better toe the line. And that's why we have the whip. So that, you know, if you disagree with what's going on, well, if you, like, open your mouth, you're gone from the party. Don't tell me the politicians that don't hold a conch right now at the moment, don't tell me they don't know letting all these people into the country is wrong. Don't tell me they can't see towns and villages throughout rural Ireland being literally the dynamics of these completely all. Don't tell me they don't see that. They're listening to their constituents. They're listening to the people telling them, going, I don't recognise my own town and village in the last few years. It's completely different. Don't tell me they don't see it. They do. But they're too cowardly to stand up to their party leaders and go, I don't give a shit about the consequences. I'm out unless you get out. And I think that's why we're in the predicament that we are. But yeah, MetroLink, it's a big press release at the moment. Oh my God, we're going to be able to get from the airport into town. It's on the way. We fucking heard this in 2005, guys. Like, if you wonder why every release you come out with is lambasted, it's because you're full of shit. You're full of shit, and we're just done. We're done. We just don't believe a word you say, and that's a horrible thing to say, that a nation does not trust nor believe a single word that any of its government ministers come out and say, or any of the political parties come out. We just don't believe a goddamn word we say, and it's your fault, not ours, because that's how you've treated us. You've lied to us time and time again. You've walked away from any bit of responsibility. You have zero accountability. So forgive me for not getting too fucking excited about the MetroLink linking up city centre to the airport, because there's a good chance by the time it does actually open, I'll be on it for free with my old age pass. Actually, it's not that too far away. What's that, 15, 16 years away? Oh, fuck it, no. Oh, Jesus Christ, it won't be built by then. Fuck's sake. It'll probably gone so long I'll actually have to start paying again because they're going to be taxing the over 80s. Anyway, I'm not excited about your MetroLink, guys. I'll let you have your moment in the sun, but I've bookmarked all your tweets, I've copied all your videos, and I guarantee you I will love handing it into your fucking face in 10 years' time when the JCB still has not started to dig a damn thing. Anyway, there you go. Am I right? Am I wrong? MetroLink, should we be excited? Or is it just a load of hot air yet again that's going to take years to see, and billions more than what's budgeted? Have a great day. Let me know what you think. Should we be excited? Should we trust our government? Are there powers that be higher than our powers that be, paying for everything, dangling the puppet strings? Say this, say this. We know you're a shit leader of your party, but you're the one we want there. Make sure you say this. Maybe it's just another mad conspiracy theory. Anyway, ramblings of a madman in my office. Just thought came into my head and I said I'd make a TikTok video, letting you know what you all think. Anyway, have a great one. Ciao.